going to look at how you service DMR Vault pedal. It's a pretty similar procedure for a DMR V11 pedal, but you use a different service kit. So tools you need, if you're doing a simple service, so just re-lubing the axle effectively, then lube, something to clean, so shop towel, microfiber cloth, pretty good actually, microfiber cloths. The pedals themselves, 8mm socket, 6mm Allen key. I use a very small 1.5mm Allen key as well, just to fish a washer out. Now if you're doing a more comprehensive service on your pedals and you're changing out the bearings and bushings, so using some kit, then you'll also want DMR's special tool, which allows you to take out and reinsert the bushings. You'll also want a rubber mallet. This is a metal one, I know, but yeah, I don't really mind about damaging this tool. Pair of pliers is also useful to get the bushing off the tool, and some alcohol spray to help really clean that pedal out properly. So first thing, take the pedal, bend down a bit, take the pedal, and we're going to take off the end cap. Now the end cap, whether it's the left or right pedal, it all goes the same way. It's normal anti-clockwise to release and clockwise to tighten. So we'll put that there. I'm doing a full service today, so if I lose that it doesn't really matter, but if you're not doing a full service, don't lose that. So this is the left side pedal. So the nut in there, the 8mm is goes the normal way, so again it's anti-clockwise to loosen and clockwise to tighten. So make sure that's set right, yeah. So 6mm socket and release. Just once you've released the tension off, it's quite easy to do it by hand. Like so, and just knock out the nut out of the. Let's get this problem with the socket. Yeah, well, there we go. Right, now I use the little, I won't yet, but I'll pull the axle out, like so, lovely. If you've not done this before on a pedal, you choose your green grease, but weirdly if you buy replacement grease from DMR it's red, so yeah, weird. I'm going to take the 1.5mm Allen key. I'm just going to fish the little washer out. Again, if you're not doing a full service, don't lose the washer, because you won't have another one, but you can see that it's there. Look at this. Off. There we go. Okay, so at this point, if you're just doing a basic service, I use an Allen key to shove microfiber cloth into the non-bearing side, let's say, and just clean out as much of the grease as possible, and I clean off the grease on the axle and then re-grease and reassemble. But I'm doing a full service on these pedals today, so I'm just going to quickly check the axle to make sure it's not bent. I'm going to knock out the bearing from the pedal housing. So first of all, that might be bent, I don't know. If it is, it doesn't really matter. I'll probably still put the pedal back together but order a new or a new axle. No, that's it, might be alright. So I'm just going to quickly clean off the grease from that, and take off the rubber seal. Again, I'm doing a full service, so I don't need to keep the rubber seal, but obviously if you're doing a partial service, clean it up because you'll be reusing it. So just clean it off. I'm just going to let that soak in alcohol for a minute whilst I deal with the knocking the bearing, wrong pedal, knocking the bearing out of the pedal now. So there's a little bearing in, well, that side. So to knock it out, get a 6mm Allen key. Pop it in. So I use a workbench for this because it means that it's got holes in it, so I can just do that. And with my hammer, I'm going to knock the top. Shouldn't be a massive amount of force, but there we go, that's out. Obviously don't reuse bearings that you've just knocked out like that. So that's a little bearing, just going to put that in the bin. And I'm just going to clean the crap off my Allen key now before I do my next trick. Sorry, I've got hay fever today. Right. So that's the pedal with everything out. So what I'm going to do is just spray down some alcohol into there. And just going to clear it out with my microfiber cloth. Now this one's relatively clean. It's been in the washing machine recently, so I'm just going to use a screwdriver to, cap it off and just poke it through. That's it. A bit more. Oh. Let's twist that round. Oh, I'll clean from both sides. Do that. Just flip it over. Going through the other side. Oh, so apologies, got horrible hay fever today. Oh man. Here we go. Okay, that's clean. So I'll pop that there. Just going to clean off the excess alcohol on the axle. Bring that bit of shop towel. Right, so now I'm going to install the bush. So just open up the packet. Now in this kit you get 2 pedals worth. Note there's 2 different colour nuts, so you'll have a silver one and a black one. I'll just show in a minute. Silver one and black one. The silver one is for the right pedal and the black one is for the left pedal. But I'm just going to put half of this away at the moment so I don't lose anything. Cap, washer, a bearing, a seal and a bush. Put them back in like that. Alright, so first of all, bearing. So in the pedal side, which is now got the threads, take the bearing and insert, and the bearings there's no particular way. Take the end cap, the DMR end cap, and pop it on, and then what you want to do is just, without using a hammer or anything else, is just bolt that down. Like so. Once it's all the way down, you want to take it back out, and that's the bearing seated. And then you want to do the bush. So I'm just going to take the bush. You want to go chamfered side in first. I'm taking the old bush out. Fuck's sake. Right, let me show you taking the old bush out. DMR tool, take the threaded part. Basically you're just forcing the bush to be screwed into the tool, like so. With the workbench, which is what I'm using, a workbench, clamp the tool in, and then a bit of brute force whilst turning, and you should see the bush come out like that. Take the, well, I probably need to service that pedal now, and then using pliers we'll just re-thread the bush off, like so. Suffice to say, bin that because it's not going to be reusable. Pop the red hammer end back on, and then again chamfer side down, chamfered side down, pop the DU bush in, pop the tool in on the bush seating side. Not even see this, probably. And then just put the chair, start it off, and then a couple of good hits. Just lost something, I'll grab that in a sec. Bush will seat in there. If the bush doesn't go far enough, then you'll have a problem getting the seal to sit. So I've lost a little black nut. So that's the bush and the bearing in the pedal. So tool anymore. I'm just going to grease up the axle. You don't want like massive amounts of grease in there, but conversely you don't want to go stingy either. So what I tend to do is just put a few blobs on like that, and then I'll just sort of using a professional spreading tool, I just grease up the thread a bit and the body. I put a very thin layer on where the DU bush sits on the axle. So, wipe the excess off the professional grease application tool. Then I'm just going to put the rubber grommet. So, try to remember which. So the curved side is towards the bolt part of the pedal. So the flatter surface is towards the pedal itself. So pop that on. I'm obviously going to have to wipe off some excess grease after, but you know, it's one of those things. Just quickly reapply some grease around the base of it. Again, apologies for my hay fever. Right, we'll just insert that. Like so. And then I'm going to put the washer on. Pop the nut on. What I like to do is start winding the nut on a little bit before putting the socket on. So I'll do that a bit by hand. Get the 8mm socket and just sort of get that to hand tightness. Then with the 6mm Allen key, just going to tighten that up like so. Put the end cap on. Like so, just wipe the excess off, the grease excess. And that is how you do the pedal. Now, what I will say is, when you're doing the drive side, the drive side of the right pedal, the little nut that's holding the axle in, so not the cover, but the little tiny nut that holds the axle in, that's reverse thread. So to loosen you go clockwise and to tighten you go anti-clockwise. But that's the only difference with the other pedal, which I won't show. But that's how you do it. Thank you.